graduating class. The Faculty of Arts and Sciences is by far our largest faculty. Won by those who will receive bachelor's degree in nursing. Welcome our first presenter, Dr. Ian Lambert, the Chairman of the Board of Governors of the Dominica State College, to deliver the welcome address.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Prime Minister of Dominica, Dr. Honorable Roosevelt Skerritt, Minister of Education, Honorable Peter St-Jean, Minister for Health, Dr. Kenneth Daru, members of Parliament, and other members of the Cabinet of the Government of Dominica, Invocation Speaker, Father Karam, Permanent Secretary of Education, Mrs. Chandra Hyacinth, President of the Dominica State College, Dr. Donald Peters, Registrar, Mr. Michael Green, Bursar, Mrs. Shakira Locke-Hippolyte, Deans of the various faculties, ladies and gentlemen, graduating class of 2018 of the Dominica State College, welcome. Indeed, it is my honor to welcome each and every one of you to the 16th Commencement Graduation Ceremony of the Dominica State College. This date marks an important milestone in your lives, and it's remarkable to think that your past few years with us at the DSC are coming to a close. On behalf of the Board of Governors, I wish to take this opportunity to congratulate you on this major accomplishment in your lives. Class of 2018, you have long anticipated this day, some of you with eagerness, some with anxiety, some with a complicated mix of emotions. But whatever you are feeling here today, you deserve to have a great sense of pride. You have made it. Your years of hard work and dedication to your academic success have paid off. During your time at the Dominica State College, you have met challenges and overcome obstacles, especially in the aftermath of Hurricane Maria, to achieve the honor of claiming your place among a select group, and your success in future endeavors will enrich the life and history of this wonderful institution, the DSC. The education you have received will prepare you for the challenges and opportunities that you will encounter along life's ever-winding road. The memories and friendships that you have created will last you a lifetime. This occasion is a public celebration and recognition of your accomplishments. There is no single better investment you can make in yourself or in your ability to positively affect your life, community, and country than having a college education. I trust that you and your families are feeling appropriately proud and satisfied at this tremendous personal milestone. We are proud of all of you. We admire and appreciate your hard work, effort, enthusiasm for furthering your education, life, and your desire to achieve. However, you are now challenged with a changing Dominica, and by extension, the region and the world, of course, for the better. I know that you will take this responsibility and privilege of this challenge seriously, and I expect each of you, as Dominica's newest academic ambassadors, to make a difference in our world. My message to all of you is the same. Irrespective of what pursuits you undertake, continue to pursue your passion for academic advancement, even though the path may sometimes seem impassable. You have been there before, and you have shown your resilience. You must remain sharply aware of the new opportunities that are now being created for you. Always remain open to new possibilities, innovation, and new ideas. Graduates, your achievements here are indeed impressive, but keep in mind that you have not realized success that was based solely on your own efforts. You have been supported by your parents and other family members, by friends, and by the DSC's academic faculty, staff, administration, and other students. The distinguished faculty at the DSC and the dedication to their students is a hallmark of the DSC's pursuit of excellence. And many among you have been supported by the government of the Commonwealth of Dominica and other generous donors who provided scholarship gifts. Graduates, join me in thanking those who have supported you in realizing your success here. As you prepare to venture out into the larger world beyond campus, I hope you will do so with a renewed sense of confidence in your abilities, your devotion to learning, and the skills, education, and relationships you will be taking with you. One final thought: graduation should never mean saying goodbye. As DSC alumni, I sincerely hope you will remain connected in some way to this institution. In fact, I look forward to some of you returning in the not too distant future as members of academic staff of the DSC. Please take advantage of the many opportunities to be active and engaged members of our alumni community. Before I close, I want to take this opportunity on behalf of the Board of Governors to convey our sincere congratulations to our keynote speaker, Prime Minister Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit, on his being awarded a doctorate honoris causa from Duquesne University of the United States. I clearly remember that as the Minister of Education in 2002, he was the driving force behind the establishment of the Dominica State College, and we are seeing now our 16th commencement in the 40th year of the anniversary of the Commonwealth of Dominica's independence. Congratulations all once again, and we wish you great success in your future endeavors. I thank you.
Please join me in welcoming to the podium the President of the Dominica State College, Dr. Donald Peters, to deliver the charge to the graduating students.
Today is a special day in the history of our young college. It is the 16th commencement exercise taking place on the 40th year of our independence. And it is the largest graduating class ever, so it has to be special. It is also very special because you graduates are the first group of students to graduate following the devastating Hurricane Maria, which almost totally destroyed our college on September 18, 2017. History will record you as the resilient class of 2017-2018. You will be remembered as the students who came back to campus 48 days after Maria without electricity or internet, with leaking classrooms and makeshift tents. But you showed the world your strong characters and manifested your maturity, your patience, your resilience, and today you're right here with us, graduating from college. Congratulations. I want you to rise so the world can see you. Please stand, all graduates. We are not only the nature island of resilience, we are the people of resilience. Thank you. Thank you. Today belongs to you. You look splendid in your cap and gowns, and you should all feel proud of your achievement, being a college graduate. But through your academic journey to graduation, you had others who could help you, or who helped you, support you. Your mother, father, uncle, aunties, sisters, brothers, boyfriends, girlfriends, husbands, wife, cousins, neighbors, grandparents. Let us all recognize those helpful and supportive people on this day. And could you all stand so we can thank you? Mothers, fathers, uncles. Thank you very much. Of course, let us all now recognize the very architects of your learning, the ones who guided you through math, biology, management, and all of your other major courses each day for 2 or more years of your life. The dedicated faculty of the Dominica State College. Maria took most of the clothes, their gowns, but they are here in their best suits, so please stand and be recognized, faculty of the State College. Thank you. In this 21st century, college presidents are finding it challenging to motivate graduates in a world that sometimes seems to have lost the humanity and respect for each other. So today, like other presidents, I will let you know that it's okay to be a little scared of the unknown. But I will also tell you not to be afraid to do new things, to take new paths to success, never stop believing in yourself, and move forward at all times. You are entering a global market as a young graduate that will lead you to sometimes ask yourself, do these adults who run the world really know what they're doing? In your world today, natural disaster created by man is threatening mankind. In your lifetime, you will experience unimaginable disasters as evidenced by recent destruction in the US, Indonesia, and of course, your own experience with Maria. That was the bad news. But there are also lots of good news, so please don't despair. Don't let the craziness going around in the world around you deter you. You are entering a world as a graduate, my friends, where technology can allow you to soar as high as you want. You are graduating in a country described by visitors as paradise, a country untouched by pollution, a country where people look out for each other, where neighbors help each other, and most recently, a country where the people brought back themselves from disaster. You live in a country where government is willing to provide you with affordable higher education, where people practice Christian values, and like the Calypsonian said, Dominica is nice. Dominicans are warm, helpful, and friendly. You have to recognize that and sing the praises of your country wherever you go. For instance, never go on international TV and put your country down. Always big it up. I also need to tell you that as Dominicans, you can make a difference in the life of your people. You have seen and felt the consequence of global warming and climate change, and that is now the greatest threat to global security. As graduates of the DSC, you must, in whatever path you follow, immerse yourself in practices that will help our Earth survive. Teach others to stop littering, reduce the use of plastics, don't cut down trees, and more importantly, never stop learning about environment and climate because our future depends on it. The DSC has taught you well, and some of you may transfer to other universities. But as the president of Harvard pointed out, Drew G. Frost, and I quote, "Seeing beyond the horizon has always been education's special concern. Universities thrive because of our insatiable yearning to understand ourselves and the world. We mold minds capable of innovation because we are able to imagine a world different from the one we live in." End quote. I mention this statement because in our case, we need you more than ever to imagine a more enlightened Dominica. A Dominica who can appreciate our ability to build, to change, and to learn. Look at what we have just done in 1 year. We took our ravaged country and using all our capacity, brought our country back on track. Visitors to our country for this 40th anniversary are amazed at how quickly and effectively we have recovered after Maria. So I want you as graduates to embody that very spirit and energy and lead our country into the future. It was Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, speaking to graduates at NYU in May of this year, who told graduates, and I quote, "Now is the time for you to lead." End quote. This statement is simple, but with powerful implications. And in Dominica, this advice is particularly true and relevant. There is a distinct absence of leaders in our country. We have people in jobs, but that doesn't mean we have leaders. And when we talk about leaders in Dominica, people immediately talk about political leaders, as if that's the only thing happening in the country. I'm not talking about political leaders. And in any case, in Dominica, we only have one political leader, and that is Prime Minister Skerritt. I am talking about leadership in all aspects of our lives. That is where you can shine. Become leaders in your village by starting an agricultural club, an environment club, a village maintenance club. Start co-ops in your neighborhoods and villages. Don't wait on government to fix the pothole on your street. Let's try to fix it ourselves. There are so many opportunities to lead in our country. So I want you to listen to Prime Minister Trudeau. Now is the time for you to lead. Become a leader, and when you do that, follow the advice of a real icon of your generation, Steve Jobs, the founder of Apple, who said, and I quote, "Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't let the noise of others drown out your own inner voice. And most important, Have the courage to follow your heart and your intuition. Graduates, you represent the nearly 19% of Dominicans residing in Dominica with a college education. So you are a member of a very small group, and therefore you have a responsibility to educate people around you who may not have had the opportunity to go to college. My message to you today, my friends, is simple. As college graduates, help us, help our country and our society. Let us follow a different path than those before us. Do not follow the usual path may lead. Go instead where there are no paths and leave a trail. That was Waldo Emerson, 19th century American philosopher. Follow your heart. Do what truly excites you. If you want to be a poet, a dancer with a degree, do it. I know every Dominican wants to be a lawyer and a doctor, and that's okay. But there are at least 1,083,000 professionals, 1,083. Dominica has no supply chain management professionals, no water resource engineers, no hospital administrators, a few physical therapists, no athletic trainer, no child psychologists, a few phlebotomists, landscape designer, plant scientists, private investigators. There are so many opportunities to make a decent living in Dominica and the Caribbean. Seize those opportunities and think outside the proverbial box. You will probably never remember what I said here today. That's cool. So we don't have to spend so much time depending on government for all our needs. And to guide you towards admission, I have some advice. Don't be afraid to lead. It's easier to be a follower, but easier yet to be a leader. Think about it. Recognize that life is not fair, so complaining won't make it better. Just keep your eyes on your goal and keep moving forward. Don't judge yourself by what your friends have accomplished. Recognize that you will most likely fail in some of your goals. It is part of life. There's nothing wrong with you. Just keep trying and you will succeed. When people try to go low and talk bad about you, go high by ignoring them. That's not mine, that's Michelle Obama's. But it's a good advice. You're just starting off in your career and you will apply for many jobs and sometimes you'll get despondent, but don't give up, one of the doors will open. It was President Obama himself who said in a speech to Howard University, just saying you are going to change is not good enough. You need to have a strategy. End quote. Even as you sit here today, my graduates, you should be formulating a plan and strategy on how you are going to manage your life. Write down your plan and have a plan B, and if possible, have a plan C. That approach, my friends, will take you where you want to go. You, my friends, are the most educated generation in the history of this young country, and your work is cut out for you. You need to begin the fight to end poverty and inequity in our society. You need to help stamp out ignorance in our society. You need to help our country deal with global climate change. Help our people understand that the key to economic prosperity is through work, not dependency. Our country as a whole is doing okay for its size. So be optimistic. Take on the challenges in your workplace, in your villages and towns. There should be no room for cynicism in this young country. We all need to be optimistic because our country has a lot going for it. And all it needs is people like you, new graduates, to believe in it, be optimistic, and build a future. Finally, I want to appeal to parents, students, the employed, the underemployed, and the unemployed, to consider a career in construction and building trades. Our goal as a national college is to remain relevant as an institution that is able to help industry and individuals with the knowledge, research, and training they require. In that respect, we are working with NGOs from Canada and Europe to develop a building trades program that will train Dominicans to become experts in the building industry. So if you are thinking about becoming a mason, a roofer, a lineman, a bricklayer, a painter, a tileman, stay tuned to your news, because in the fall of 29, we hope we'll be ready for you. We want to train the next generation of building skills professionals. Before I go, I would like also to take this opportunity to thank the government of Dominica for the continued funding of the State College and look forward to even more funding. I also want to take this opportunity to thank Dr. Ian Lambert, Chairman of the Board of Governors, and all of the board members for the leadership and support they have brought to the institution during the tenure. As for the graduates, before I close, I would like to share 5 short tidbits that I always give to graduates. 1, if you fail in anything, use that failure as a catalyst to do better. 2, make your bed every morning, aim high, and always say thank you. That was mine, that was Oprah. Never forget your bag or your cell phone on the bus. Trust me, you won't get it back. Always check the phone number or email address you wish to send the message to before hitting the send button. And finally, do not tattoo any part of your body that you cannot hide in a job interview. The future, graduates, is yours. Take hold of it. Follow your dreams. Congratulations. I wish you all the best for your very bright futures, for which the Dominica State College have prepared you well. Have a good celebration with your friends and family, and when you get very, very rich, do not forget to make donations to your college. God bless you all, and God bless Dominica.
At the Dominica State College, we are blessed with an abundance of talents among our staff and students. We will now witness a display of some of these talents with a musical interlude from the graduating members of the DSC's Glee Club.
I've learned to be ashamed of all my scars. Run away, they say, 'cause no one will love you as you
Honorable Peter Seja is the Minister of Education and Human Resource Development.
A pleasant good afternoon to all. I am delighted to join in this celebration with our graduating students and their families. You are here today because you have remained focused and dedicated to your academic pursuits and personal achievement. This graduation ceremony is special for us all, since it is a practical demonstration of our resilience within the education sector. For many of you, today represents a deeply personal occasion, since you had to defy tremendous odds to be here. Many of you persevered even without a roof over your heads, with limited supplies and with tragic memories of possibly one of the most eventful days in your life. Today, 1 year on, we celebrate. We celebrate collective, remarkable determination by your parents, your family, your faculty, staff, and indeed, the government of Dominica. But most importantly, we celebrate you, the graduates sitting before us today. You made it by the grace of God. We certainly celebrate with you, and you deserve our highest commendation. We celebrate knowing that therein lies within the young people of Dominica and the Dominica State College tremendous potential of greatness. Graduates, you have shown your mettle, and one can only imagine that you will continue to triumph over life's adversities as you chart a successful path for your lives. The Dominica State College has over the past several years contributed immensely to tertiary level learning and national development. We have made remarkable gains in student intake and access to tertiary education, and we are continuing to increase and improve offerings so as to empower graduates with marketable skills for development. It is evident to all that this government has recognized the importance of education to nation building. Education serves as an instrument of change, progress, and development. To a great extent, the task of nation building depends on the quality and the number of persons graduating from the Dominica State College and other similar institutions. Most recently, the Honorable Prime Minister, in recognition of this fact, made available to the Dominica State College $1.1 million to assist with student tuition. I am sure that this has facilitated the completion of the program for many of you who are graduating here today. The significant investments in tertiary education and the support of the Dominica State College is indeed the hallmark of this government. We will not swerve from the focus on creating opportunities and access to tertiary education for Dominican students. It is a policy direction to which we are committed because it contributes directly to the development of our human resource base. The government of Dominica has undoubtedly delivered on the promise to improve and enhance tertiary education provision. We commit to continued support of the State College in its pursuit of excellence. The Dominica State College prides itself on providing a degree of diversity to students in pursuit of their tertiary education. One significant difference between this entity and others is that students are better grounded in real-life experiences. The educational experience at Dominica State College provides a holistic approach to learning. During your period of studies, all students receive the opportunity to develop themselves on many levels. Students have the opportunity to mature and think more critically about their future and their own personal development. As part of your respective programs at the Dominica State College, you were exposed to several community engagements, field experiences, job attachments, vocational education, and exposure to real-life situations. Hence, you are more marketable and better suited for the job market as well as further studies. I wish at this point to commend your lecturers and school administration who have facilitated your receiving this well-rounded experience. May your experiences here serve you well as you embark on the next phase of your academic and professional lives. While we celebrate, we must reflect on new approaches to improve in three critical areas, namely enhancing efficiency, further development of human resource capacity, and I dare say that includes faculty qualifications, and to move towards additional quality assurance measures. As a government, we have sought to rehabilitate your physical facilities damaged during the passage of Maria, and to date, we have re-roofed the buildings uncovered during the hurricane. At this juncture, I wish to pause to recognize the importance of our partnership with the Republic of Cuba and China, who aided us in our rehabilitation works at DSC. My friends, it is on such occasions we must emphasize that no man is an island, and working together in partnership with others, collaborating with others, helps build solid relationships. And our success is largely dependent on the relationships that we build with others. The government of Dominica will continue to work with the Dominica State College to maintain a high quality of service. As I conclude, I wish to remind you that you must take control of your own destiny, or someone else may control it for you. Many of your life's choices are made by you, although these choices may greatly affect others, as well as national development. I admonish you, let God continue to direct your path. Always make wise choices so that you may have few regrets at the end of it all. Indeed, your presence here today is already an indication that you have made serious investments in your future. I wish to thank the Board of Directors, Dr. Peters, the college president, various faculty chairs, and faculty staff, as well as those in administration, clerical, and janitorial staff for their dedication and commitment over the past years. Mr. President, I salute you for your astute leadership. Indeed, we can be proud of Dominica State College. We recognize all of you, the students gathered here, for a job well done. I join your close friends, family, and well-wishers in congratulating you for your perseverance, discipline, commitment, and diligence. May the good Lord richly bless and preserve everyone gathered here today. Congratulations once again as we celebrate our 40th anniversary of independence. You are graduating at an opportune moment, and go out and demonstrate that indeed you shall impact positively on the future of our beloved country. I thank you.
Dr. Roosevelt Skerritt, Prime Minister, is the parliamentary representative of the Vacas constituency, has been the Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of Dominica since 2004. Honorable Dr. Skerritt began his studies at the University of New Mexico, Las Cruces, New Mexico, and later transferred to the University of Mississippi, where in 1997 he acquired a bachelor's degree with honors in psychology and English. His political career began in 2000 when he was elected as Member of Parliament for the Vacas constituency and also appointed as Minister for Education, Youth Affairs and Sports. With the untimely passing of his predecessor, Pierre Charles, he was sworn in as Prime Minister of Dominica in January 2004. At 31, he became the world's youngest Prime Minister, and 14 years later, holds the record as the only leader in our political history to serve 4 consecutive terms. Currently, his ministerial portfolio includes finance, investment, housing, and lands. As Prime Minister, Dr. Skerritt is responsible for the Cabinet Secretariat, elections, the legislature, national awards, the government printery, service commissions, Board of Appeal. As Minister of Finance, he is responsible for the Office of the Accountant General, the Audit Department, Banking and Banking Organization, Board of Surveys, Budget, Capital Repayments, Central Purchasing, Consolidated Funds, Currency, Customs and Excise, Enemy Property, Exchange Control, Finance and Financial Services, International Business, Inland Revenue, Lotteries, Pensions and Gratitudes, Public Debt, Regional and International Financial Organization, and Savings Banks. Prime Minister Skerritt has earned an international reputation for his national and regional leadership. He has served as the chair of both Caribbean Community CARICOM and the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States, OECS. In 2008, he also pioneered the English-speaking Caribbean Union with the Bolivian Alliance for the People of Our Americas, ALBA, which is significant in the building bridges between the English-speaking Caribbean and Latin American region. Dr. Skerritt has been very active on the lecture circuit. He lectured at the 2011 University of the West Indies, Cayville campus, David Thompson's Memorial Lecture on the topic, Future of CARICOM and Regional Integration. Also, he was the keynote speaker of the 2013 annual meeting of EcoForum Global in the People's Republic of China. At the Grenada Trade Center in 2015, he lectured on the current foreign policy challenges of small island states. On February 23, 2016, lovely Professional University of Punjab, India, conferred the Doctor of Letters degree on Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerritt for his dynamism, farsightedness, and innovative leadership. Recently, on October 16th, he received another honorary degree of Humane Letters from Duquesne University of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, for leadership and advocacy in climate change. The Honorable Prime Minister, Dr. Roosevelt Skerritt, is married to Mrs. Melissa Popon Skerritt, and the couple shares a son, Dimitri, and daughter, Isabella. He also has an older son, Malik. He was raised as a Christian and possesses a strong sense of family and community service. He is credited for initiatives which empower the youth through education and social programs, which uplift the lives of the poor, women, and the elderly. He is further recognized for his vision of tertiary education for all, which eventually burgeoned into the Dominica State College. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to our keynote speaker, the Honorable Prime Minister of Dominica, Dr. Roosevelt Skerritt.
Ladies and gentlemen, and most especially you, the graduating class of 2018. When I was asked a few days ago by Dr. Peters whether I would be prepared to come to address you today, I quickly accepted the invitation to celebrate with you, because this is indeed a momentous occasion, especially for all of you who persevered, notwithstanding the fact that the hurricane left your homes uncovered and also your school severely destroyed. And I recall a few weeks after the hurricane, I summoned Dr. Peters and the permanent secretary to my office. And I said we must do everything possible to have the State College reopen the soonest. I really want to thank and to publicly recognize the faculty and staff and many of the students who took on to themselves to have the college restored so that classes could continue. And sometimes we don't pay attention to these things and we don't show gratitude to these things. But within 48 days of the hurricane, the Dominica State College was reopened for classes here in Dominica. So I want to thank, on behalf of the students and the wider country, the faculty and staff, and of course the president of the college for the great work. For me, personally, when people ask me what would be one of my greatest achievements as Prime Minister and Minister for Education, and I immediately think of the Dominica State College. Because what this college has done is that it has revolutionized access to tertiary education in our country. Back then, in 2000, 2002, only 7 out of 100 high school graduates had access to the college. And if we are to think of developing a country, we need to ensure that everyone in our country has access to education. And the State College has done a remarkable job in creating access to our students, for our students. And in just 14 years of the State College, when you had the first graduation ceremony, so far the college has graduated 5,000 young Dominicans. And over 3,000 have transferred to universities abroad. That does not include those who attend the UE School of Continuing Studies. So I must say to you, Dr. Peters and your faculty and your staff, you are making a tremendous contribution to the development of our country. Because it was Barbara Jordan, the first black woman from Texas to be elected to Congress in the United States of America, who once said, and I quote, "Education remains the key to both economic and political empowerment," end quote. That statement remains true today, as it was in the 1960s. In fact, education is perhaps the most important element of a country's advancement of its people and its economy. So you can imagine how pleased I am today to see 420 of you receiving your associate degree from the Dominica State College. I say congratulations to you and congratulations to your parents. Because for me personally, as early as my high school days, I was convinced that the key to economic development was through education. I believed then, and I still believe now, that if we as a society can afford to educate all our people, they will be able to create a developed environment which will be driven by work, knowledge, and outcomes. Those elements are the catalyst to prosperity. And we in the government, your government, continues to demonstrate our commitment to education, not in words, but in actions and in deeds. And every year, including this current financial year, the government allocates $70 million to educate our children in Dominica. $70 million. The State College receives annually some $4.2 million. Plus, I believe we pay the tuition fees for most of you at the State College, and you receive a check of over $600,000 from the Ministry of Education to assist in payment of the tuition fees for our students. So we have not only created access to education, we are ensuring that our children, our students, have the means of taking advantage of the access. I want to say to you, my dear young people, in order to be a successful person, it is perhaps necessary to think of what your eulogy would be. The decisions you have made thus far and those you will make in the future are really the script for your eulogy. Because a eulogy is the story of your life. So join me now as we build your eulogy together. Live your life so that it can be said at the appointed time, here is before me someone who was ambitious and driven, someone who received talents and gifts from God, but did not bury them. Instead, she used them in service to family, in service to nation, and in proud yet humble service to self. This individual understands human resource language and differentiates between those who simply meet expectations and those who exceed them. Here is also before me someone who was kind and charitable, selfless in his or her concern for others, empathetic, caring, giving, and hospitable. Someone who knew that Maya Angelou was right when she said that people will forget what you said, what you did, but they will never forget how you made them feel. And finally, here stands someone of a noble character. Here stands someone who understands that reputation is what others think of you. And make no mistake, this is important, but character is who you really are. Never forget the words of Mary Wollstonecraft, that, and I quote, "A modest man is steady, a humble man timid, and a vain one presumptuous." End of quote. Jesus Christ was modest, Moses was humble, and Peter vain. Yet all these men were men of action, men we remember to this day. So find your balance of steadiness, timidity, and daring presumptuousness. I wish you, my dear friends, my dear young people of Dominica, all the best in your future endeavors. Think big, dream big. Never let anyone tell you you can't be successful. Do not let your circumstances in life determine your future for you. We have, as young people, as a nation, to fight all odds. And always be grateful to your country. Ungratefulness is a cancer, worse than a cancer, because the good Lord loves those who are grateful. And we must show gratitude for what the country has done for us, as small as it may be, because this country has given you a solid foundation in life, an education that not even Hurricane Maria can blow away or take away from you. So do and say a little positive for your country. And when this added to all that we're doing, we can have a great nation built by ourselves, for ourselves. May God bless you. I salute you, my dear friends. I want it to be very short, because I know students who are graduating do not like long programs, because they because I know they are preoccupied with their photographs and of course their party later on. But God bless you, my friends. I am very happy to be here to celebrate with you. Thank you very much.
We will now be treated to another display of entertainment by one of our talented students. Please welcome belly dancer Christelle Farrell from the Biology and Chemistry Department, along with her male companion, Shamal Felicity, for a cultural performance.
Chérie, oui,
Nola Vital.
Warmest greetings to Honorable Roosevelt Skerritt, Prime Minister of Dominica, Honorable Peter Seja, Minister for Education and Human Resources Development, Honorable Dr. Kenneth Daru, Minister of Health and Social Services, Honorable Members of Parliament, Chairman of the Dominica State College Board of Governors, Dr. Ian Lambert, members of the Board of Governors, Dr. Donald Peters, President of the Dominica State College, Reverend Father Nigel Karam, Dean of the Roseau Cathedral, Diplomatic Corps members, management and staff of the Dominica State College, families, well-wishers, and graduating class of 2018. Congratulations. It's a great honor that I address you, as it was a great honor to have worked with many of you. Do you remember our very first day of college? New school system, different culture, and unfamiliar faces. It was orientation week, and I was completely disoriented. I felt the familiar fears that accompany foreign things. There was a choice to be made, fight or flight. Graduating class of 2018, we chose to fight, and we thought, well, with blood, sweat, and tears, we confronted fears, tackled assignments, burned the midnight oil, and defeated the odds. This is why today, our green gowns like full body armor, our freshly forged skills like sharpened swords and bags, and our sleep-deprived eyes like battle scars. We stand victorious. Neither the whirlwind of college life nor the 175 miles per hour winds of a Category 5 hurricane stopped us. We didn't stop, we wouldn't stop, and it wasn't that we were never scared. It wasn't because we never doubted ourselves, feeling so acutely aware of our own imperfections at 2 a.m. in the morning with 3,000 deadlines to face. But despite these feelings, we refuse to be held back. Fellow graduates, even when the road seems rough, don't stop, continue. As the title of Author Susan Jeffers' self-help book so beautifully states it, feel the fear and do it anyway. In September 2018, many of us felt very deep fear as we observed the extent to which our lives and lifestyles had been scrambled. Our school lives, as well as our personal lives, were affected. And with the shutdown of school, limited electricity and internet access, and so much more, the task ahead seemed that much more intimidating. But it's a good thing then that intimidating doesn't mean impossible, and possible things can be done. And we know that because our journey testifies to it. So in life, dear graduating class, it's not only our external circumstances that can hurt us, but very often we turn down new opportunities because we fear failure. We don't allow ourselves to be as great as we want to be because we fear that we won't be wanted. And I can't propose a miracle antidote to stop the fear, but I can suggest a way to solve the problem. Feel the fear and do it anyway. Chase your dreams. Sign up for that workshop. Go to that interview. Present your ideas. Lead that project and be the change that you ultimately want to see. So additionally, graduates, as we continue to do great things, let's not forget those who supported us, taught us, and volunteered kind words when we needed them the most. Our benefactors, lecturers, families, friends, they have sacrificed a lot so that we could be well prepared for this journey and achieve all that we have. I want to thank God for health, strength, and everything in between. His grace and benevolence escorted us through our difficulties to this momentous occasion in our lives. I would also like to thank my family. They're probably listening right now. They're so incredibly supportive, and I could not ask for better. From the bigger things to the little ones, like allowing me a quiet place to study, or access to electricity, or internet when things were limited, these things were limited. You all have been there for me, and I appreciate you. I would like to say a very special thank you to my lecturers and club leaders. Unfortunately, I can't mention everyone because it's a long list, but I want to give a special shout out to Mr. Girl Francis, one of my excellent math teachers, always so patient, enthusiastic, and he encouraged a few of us math majors to start a math club, which provided a very meaningful experience. So as we show all of those who supported us gratitude, let's not forget that we too must volunteer our time, energies, and patience to those who need us. We bring out the best in others when we bring out the best in ourselves. Proud 2018 graduates of the Dominica State College, we know that life is unpredictable. God forbid, there may be other disasters waiting out there, natural, man-made, or otherwise. So if you cannot stop the fear that you feel, then know that you are still able to start the journey. In fact, there's a very high chance that in hindsight you realize that you had very little to fear in the first place. Although there seems like many reasons to be afraid, there are many more reasons to push ahead and to conquer, and this day is one of these reasons. So I urge you that if you cannot despair the fear that you feel at the beginning of your next great journey, then just feel the fear and do it anyway. And may you, with God's guidance and blessings, do many great things. Once again, congratulations to the graduating class of 2018 and all of those who supported us and allowed this event to happen. Thank you.
And now, the moment that brought us all here has arrived. The conferring of the various degrees by faculties will be done by the respective faculty deans. The Dean of the Faculty of Health Sciences, Mrs. Dennis Edwards, will now present the candidates for bachelor's degree in nursing, diploma in education, and the honors students. graduates, we are finally done. In our final moments as students of the Dominica State College, we must give thanks to all those who made it possible for us to be here this evening. First of all, I would like to say thanks to the Almighty Father for guiding us through these very turbulent waters. I, on behalf of the graduating class of 2018, would like to express my profound gratitude to the faculty and staff for their service to us. In the face of the enormous challenge posed by Hurricane Maria, they managed to somehow turn lead into gold so that we could be here today. I would like you to give them a round of applause. Graduates, we must also thank each other for making the college experience what it was. As the song says, no man is an island, no man stands alone. None of us stand alone. We could not have done it without each other. We must also recognize the efforts of our parents and family members who have made it possible for us to be here. I think they deserve the largest round of applause for this evening. I would also like to give thanks to the organizers of this ceremony for giving us such a wonderful send-off. And finally, I would like to thank, on a personal note, my chemistry class of 2018, Zuta Iron Incorporated. Once again, I say thanks to you. And remember, this is not the end. This is not the beginning of the end, but it is perhaps the end of the beginning. Good evening.